Welcome to Crackit. Today we will discuss how to write Java code to find the first non-repeating character in a string. We have created videos for some other coding interview questions as well. I'll pin it in the comments. You can browse those for better understanding. We have launched this channel new, so please support us with your likes, shares and subscriptions if you like our videos. This is a very popular coding interview question which is asked these days. So what is the question? They will give you a string and they will ask you to identify the first non-repeating character. So in our case, W is a non-repeating character and that is present in the first itself. So how can we identify that? So to identify that, first we need to convert our string to characters. Why? We need to process the characters here and not the string. So we need to convert our string to characters. So in our case it will become WELCOME. Likewise it will go. And we need to identify for each of these characters how many times it is present in the string. For example, in our case W will be present in one time and E will be present two times, L1, C3, likewise. So we have a key here and we have a value here. How we need to store it? We need to store it as a map. Why do we need to store it? We need to store both the W and its count. So we are preferring map. Store W as a key and its occurrence as the value. W occurred one time. And E occurred two times. So we'll store like this in our map, and this map should maintain the insertion order. Why? It should not suppose in our example L is also occurred only once. We'll write that as well for better understanding. So it will not store L first and W the third place or the second place. Why? Because we need to identify the first non-repeating character. So this map should maintain the insertion order. So we need to use linked hash map here. So why? Because this linked hash map will maintain the insertion order but not the hash map. So we need to use strictly the linked hash map. So then what we need to do? We need to iterate this map. How? Why do we need to iterate? Then only we will be able to know the which character is present first. So on iterating this map, what we need to do? We need to check whether the value of this map is 1. If it is 1, then return me that value and stop the operation. Why we need to stop the operation? Why? Because we just need to know the first character. So while iteration, what happens? This map's entry set will get iterated. So in that entry set, what I will check? I will get the value from that entry set, and if it is 1, then I will get that value and I will stop the operation. I'll give it as find first. So in this way, we will be able to identify the first non-repeating character. Let's now come and see in the code what we did. So we need to convert the string to character. Yes, we were given dot chars. This will written as the instream. With instream, we won't be able to continue our processing. So we are converting it to a character string. This map.e object will convert my int to character. So I will convert my int to character and then I need to collect it to a map. So before that collection, what I have to do? I need to know for with each of these elements how many count it is present. So let's see, we have a grouping by function in the collectors map. We already have that utility function. We'll go and see what it does. So if we read this grouping by methods, what it does, we can see that returns a collector implementing a cascaded group by operation on input elements of type T, grouping elements according to the classification function and performing a reduction operation. So if we see here, this will classify the elements based on the classifier that we sent. So in our example, let's see what the classifier is. The classifier is function.identity. What is it? This function.identity, let's go and see what it is. It will always accepts and returns as the same value. So in our example, we are passing the same element and we are returning the same element. That is the classification to us, and we are going to collect it in a linked hash map as we told previously. Why? Because we need to maintain the insertion order. And in the collectors, in the downstream, if we go and see what they are doing, so downstream is a collector in the and that downstream collector will perform as a reduction operation. What reduction operation needs to perform for me? So it needs to count the elements of this function identity. So what this collectors dot grouping by method will do all these to me. So what and all it will do? First of all, it will, this function dot identity, it will accepts the character and returns the same character. So it will be W only to me, and it will put it in a map. Yes, it is putting it in a map. What value it will store it in the map? Collectors dot counting of this is a reduction function. It will count the values of the occurrences of W and it will put it in the map. So this collectors dot grouping by will return me a linked hash map with in which way I want. Then I need to iterate this map. How am I going to iterate it? I am going to get an entry set out of it, and I am filtering here with the values that has only one. Why? Because like there's no need to iterate this 2, 3 and all. So I'll just filter all the elements with just one. Then I will get the find first element out of it. What is this map to? This map is just like to print the key I have given like this. If you see here, I need to print W. So I am mapping my character long entry, that is my entry set key and value pair, to just a key, and I am returning it and I am printing that as well. Thanks for watching Crack It. Please do like, share and subscribe.